Hey Lions fans, welcome into another edition of the Coaches Show. We're here with Coach Abby Stutts, women's basketball coach. Coach, thanks for doing this today.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
So first, I think most important question everybody wants to know. You and the men's team both played at the same time for all the national tournament games. So where did your parents go?
They actually came to Iowa.
Okay.
So it was a big debate as far as they were really hoping that the games would be at separate times so that they could maybe make the drive. It is a little bit of a drive between the two, but they ended up coming to Iowa, and then once we lost, we ended up going to Kansas City.
Okay. So you lost the Elite Eight, so you went to see the Final Four game.
Correct. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So let's just sort of recap the season a little bit first year, right?
Yeah.
You guys, really awesome season, first year as coach. What were your thoughts about this year?
The word that just keeps coming to my mind is just grateful. Just overall grateful for a great group of girls, a great group of parents, just a lot of support, a lot of encouragement just throughout the year, and just being able to make the run that we made, to be able to get to the Elite Eight is something that none of this team had experienced. It's not anything that I had experienced either, and so it was something that we talked about at the beginning of the year, but it was also something that, our slogan, I don't know if we talked about this before, kind of at the beginning of the year, was us versus us. And so trying to not be super result driven where, making it to the Elite Eight defines that we're a great team, or winning the conference championship defines that we're a great team, but trying to kind of enjoy the process and the ups and downs that will make you a great team. And so I really think when we embodied that mindset, we were going to be content with whatever results, because we knew that our togetherness, our hard work was going to be enough no matter what. But I think, having that mindset ended up getting us a lot farther than maybe, we said at the end of the year, like first year head coach, being in the Mid-South, where this year, it's always tough, but this year everybody was saying it was a gauntlet, just the fact that you go through all of that and you wind up in the Elite Eight for the first time in several years. I think we were all really proud and really pleased with that.
Okay, so then let's just talk about the tournament experience. Obviously, first time that women's basketball has gotten to host in our own gym.
Yes.
Right, so what was that like?
Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome. Just like being on the flip side of that, of having to have such a quick turnaround of planning travel and this and that, whereas getting to be here, you're not having to worry about hotels, buses, any of that, and I get to be in my office and I get to watch film, and we get to, have our normal routine where the girls are getting to go to class, practicing in our own gyms too. It honestly makes a world of difference. And on top of all that, getting to have our own fans and everybody just really coming together to support, super special. And I think I had also accepted in that moment of like, this was a first step of us doing something really special, of it just being, the first time. And I knew, win or lose, this was going to be a memory that they were going to, it was going to last a lifetime. And so to be able to have the school to come, your parents there, all of that. And then on top of us winning and the men's team winning, it was really special.
Pretty fun day. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So talk about those games. You just mentioned sort of that your thought this year was us versus us. You had to feel like after our home games in the tournament that you had really played about as good as you've played all year.
Yeah. I definitely felt like we were continuing to build a lot of momentum. And we were playing well there for a time, and then we had a different change in lineup due to some injuries and stuff like that. And so we definitely had some girls step up and play some really big minutes. And honestly, I think that kind of like propelled our team forward. We had to have some people step up, and we built a lot of momentum going into Sioux City, where we're coming off some really great games against some good teams. And so whenever you're coming off some big wins like that, you're feeling really good, and knowing that now you're adding Carissa Curtis back to the lineup, that gives everybody a lot of confidence. And so I think we were playing with a lot of momentum and a lot of confidence.
So then first game against Indiana Tech, you mentioned Carissa comes back. Mm-hmm. Of course, goes 4 for 5 from 3. Yeah. Hasn't played in a couple of weeks.
Right.
But and then, you guys got a big win there too. So what was your reaction to that game, or what were you thinking about feeling after that game?
Oh, we were just super excited. Preparing for that game, I felt really good about it. I felt like we matched up extremely well with them. And, they had beat some really good teams to get there. They were a lower seed, but they had done a great job earning their spot to get there. And so knew that initially coming in with a lot of patience, even my brother had kind of said, like, just being in a new environment, like, just be patient as far as just knowing you're on a big stage and there's a lot of nerves and a lot of just kind of anticipation. And I could feel that early on, and I think our girls could feel that early on too, where we were coming in confident, but we also knew that this is a new experience. And Indiana Tech had been there before, actually, the past couple of years. So I think for us, we were coming in with some grace within ourselves and just knowing, as long as we're playing hard and we're playing together, we're going to find a way to win this game. And I really think that kind of just carried us through of we just stayed to being us and playing our game, and eventually we were able to get some points on the board and get some stops, and we were very pleased with that. So
okay, and then obviously not the result we wanted in the Elite Eight, but hung with Indiana Whistling for a long time.
Yeah.
And then what was it that they started doing that propelled them on the run at the end of the game?
Yeah. I think a lot of it probably was just experience. They were a team loaded with seniors, a team that has been there several years in a row. And I think, honestly, for them, in their mind, like, this was their year to win it all. And so I think really that was just kind of the difference in it. And honestly, they shot the ball extremely well. They're a great team. I mean, they are super deep, very well coached. And so, a lot of respect for them and their program. But I think some of it was experience, and I think some of it was they just shot the ball really, really well, where they had a good inside presence and a pretty good outside presence, and you kind of got to choose one. And that day they just happened to really shoot lights out in the second half, and that was kind of the difference in the game.
Yeah. Okay, so just thinking about roster and stuff for next year. Got a really good group coming back, should have. Yeah. And then what's your recruiting plan here as far as trying to add to that?
Yeah, definitely love that we've got a lot of veterans coming back. And so I think, ending the year on such a high note this year, I think we're all really excited and looking forward to just kind of building on that of we finally got over the hump. That was something that we were constantly wanting to get to the final site. We wanted to host. And so getting to kind of check both of those things off of our boxes, I think with this group coming back, they're going to be really hungry and excited to hopefully make another big run and hopefully see if we can be national champions next year. We're still open to recruiting right now, only losing Kelsey Bender and Kaylee Odom, which I say only, two great players.
Two starters, yeah.
Yes.
We're only losing two starters.
Right, so let me take that back. But losing two key great girls, leaders of our team in multiple aspects. And so they will be some big shoes to fill, but we're still looking for the right girls and right pieces. But we're also super excited about who we have coming back and some other of those younger girls taking some of those minutes in big leadership roles.
Okay. And then one other thing, thinking sort of about next year, right? Both men's and women's team this year had one of the higher strength of schedules, higher RPIs. Are you doing anything? Are you thinking about that in scheduling at all, or are you just trying to find some games?
Honestly, it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
This just being a learning experience for me as far as just kind of talking to some of the other conference coaches of just knowing the strategy of that, just because the Mid-South, every year is going to be so competitive and so tough. And so there's got to be a happy medium of that. Like, you want to play tough enough competition in your non-conference to be ready for conference, but at the same time, like, you're just going to kind of beat each other up in conference, so you need to have, some winnable games in non-conference as well. And so definitely strength of schedule is going to go up no matter who you play in non-conference because of how tough the Mid-South is. And that's what you saw at the end of the year of, the RPI and the ARC. And then even just all 5 of us who made the national tournament made it to the Sweet 16 or round of 16. And that just shows that it's not just numbers or somebody's opinion. Like, we all made that final statement as far as just getting to the final site and proving that, you know, we were some of the best teams that there were all year. So definitely some strategy with that. We're working on it, but at the same time, we just got to get games too.
There's almost not enough conference games. There's only 6 other teams, so you're only playing 12 conference games, and it's a lot of work to fill the rest of the schedule.
It is. So go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just going to say, I was going to wrap it up. So if you've got one more thing.
Well, no, just the fact of people, a lot of teams don't want to play Mid-South teams, and so it's hard because of the competition level, where a lot of teams kind of avoid because they know it's just going to be super high competition, and so that also is just another thing that makes it difficult. We're just trying to find games.
Well, you know, congratulations on the success this year.
Thank you.
Good luck moving forward, we're really excited to see where it all goes.
Thank you.
So that'll do it for this edition of the Coaches Show. Be sure to follow us on social media, like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Coaches Show. If you liked this video, please give us a like down below, and please subscribe to our channel. For the most up-to-date information on Freed-Hardeman athletics, you can visit our website, gofhulions.com, and you can follow us on all social media outlets at gofhulions on Facebook and X, at go_FHU_Lions on Instagram. If you're interested in joining the Director Circle or linebackers, there's an informational video on the screen now. There's also links in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and go Lions.